What's up, everyone? Josh Baker here. Let me introduce you our guest today, Nicole Matthew, competing in our women's main event on August 20th against Kathryn Egan. Welcome, Nicole.
Hello, hello.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Super pumped for your matchup. I know it's a nice little rematch with one of a couple we have on the card today. Let's just start with what made you want to compete for HCS?
Sure. So I've seen you guys around. I'm a very active competitor and I have yet to make my debut on the card with you guys. So I thought it's a great opportunity and I really wanted this rematch. So I'm super excited for it.
Awesome. Yeah, we love getting as many people as we can into coming to the circle. A little different rules, a little different atmosphere. The house party of grappling is what we're going with. I'm super pumped to get you in. I mean, you are super competitive, like you were just saying. What was the most recent competition you've done, and how's 2022 treating you so far?
Sure. So my most recent competition was last weekend. I was on Toro Cup. I had my first super fight against a black belt. She has been a black belt for a year, and I submitted her, which is awesome. And then I had a super fight the weekend before as well, and I won that one as well. So 2022 has been really good for me. When it comes to super fights, I'm undefeated, and I compete about 2 times a month. So far this year, I lost to Nat Habero at the West Coast Trials via points. And I mean, she's like a legend, right? So no problem.
Not lost at all, right?
I am not upset about that. I was excited just to have a match with her, you know. And then at Gi Worlds, I accidentally DQ'd myself because I reaped. But I'm a no-gi player. I can't help myself.
Yeah. Gi gets in the way. You don't do no-gi matches. It's okay.
No, who needs it?
It's pajamas. Well, that's awesome. So very active competitor. And like we said, this is a rematch for you. When was the last time you went against Katie?
Sure. So we went against each other about a year ago, actually. I think a year ago, because I think we competed in August, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll be literally right about a year.
Nice. All right. Well, got a nice gap going on between. So Katie just came off being the first main event for us. Very impressive win. She's looking good. I'm sure you've added whatever you needed to add to close that gap. It's going to be a very exciting matchup. But I noticed that like jiu-jitsu is not the only thing you do, right? You have a life outside of jiu-jitsu. How are you able to balance all of that and stay as competitive as you are? I mean, 2 times a month is a lot. I have a full team here, and keeping people active, it's tough. A lot of people just want those breaks, especially when the outside life gets involved.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I don't just do jiu-jitsu, right? Like I'm also very heavily into wrestling. I've been wrestling for about a year. I lift, I do yoga, I do it all. But I also have a full-time career, and my boyfriend just opened up a jiu-jitsu school in January, and we live together. So basically I opened up a jiu-jitsu school, you know, and that's just, that's the reality of when you're partnered with a business. And it's been definitely a lot, but for me, I think the way that I look at jiu-jitsu and the way that a lot of people in the corporate world could look at jiu-jitsu if they are open to it and interested in reaching in that high level is you apply the same principles that you do in your professional life to something like this, you know, when maintaining one, like a constant learning, but being very open, always utilizing your time. Well, like time management is super, super important in our lives. And my boyfriend, Chris, has a full-time job, and now he has the school, and he's trying to do it all, and we're doing it all together. So it's tough, but it's doable, and it will make it tougher. I mean, that being said, you don't have any free time.
No, any free time is a time wasted. You gotta do something.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. And what school is the one your boyfriend owns?
Sure. So we just opened up a Method Jiu-Jitsu. It's in South Plainfield, New Jersey. It's been an absolutely amazing ride so far. Since January, the school has really grown exponentially. We have a lot of purple and brown belts, you know, and Chris, I mean, my training partners are absolute monsters. And South Plainfield is a huge wrestling town.
Huge wrestling town. I was an ass.
Yeah. So all of our white belts were wrestlers. Like most of our white belts were wrestlers. So these are not like your standard white belts. And it's been amazing for me because, you know, I picked up wrestling a year ago and I'm able to wrestle with real wrestlers every day. And I had to do stand-up rounds with them every day. And they give me feedback constantly. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do competitively because I would hate to be the white belt that goes against them. That's for sure.
I'll let you know from firsthand experience, I am the Old Bridge wrestling coach. So I'm an assistant coach on it. So we wrestle South Plainfield every year. They're in our county and all that. I came up as a wrestler and I wrestle for Jack's Memorial. So we always kind of go and there's a bunch of killers in there. And wrestling comes in a big thing for our HCS rule set. We do wrestle, we do jiu-jitsu in the wrestling circle with the out of bounds resets. So it is going to be interesting, and especially with our overtimes, we'll see how that stand-up's going because a clean takedown takes it in that ADCC round. And also a big difference is there's a wall, right? There's a wall inside the one half of the circle where that is inbounds. So I'm kind of excited to see what the South Plainfield Tigers have shown you going on in there.
I mean, it's crazy. So I started training, I started learning wrestling at Edge in Hoboken. And so I still train there. So I train at Edge and then I train with my training partners at Method. And it's changed like my jujitsu entirely, you know, to the point of where now people who roll with me think that I was a wrestler first and picked up jujitsu after. Like it completely changed. And I can see why people love to do it. It's super addicting for sure.
No, yeah. You're talking to someone that's been wrestling since he's 8 years old.
Yeah. Although the burnout seems to be real. I feel like you guys, if you've been wrestling your whole life, by the time you reach like a certain age, you're like, I never want to look at it again.
Nah, but that's when I found jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Take it down, you know, take the pace a little down. All right, I can wrestle when I want to, but we want to sit on her butt? Okay, we'll sit on her butt. Yeah. But that's awesome. I mean, high training. So let's just get down to it. How do you think this match is going to go around? With you going to be different rule set, a little bit different venue, in a whole other year, right? You've had all these matches underneath your belt. What can we expect come August 20th?
Sure. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Kate's jiu-jitsu. She's super flexible, which is going to be interesting. But I've never been more powerful. I've never been more mobile, and I've never been as technical. I think with like the combination of wrestling, jiu-jitsu, lifting, and yoga that I religiously stick to, I'm super consistent with it. My growth in the last year is almost untouchable. And our last match was razor thin decision. Like I actually thought I had it. So did my coach. We were more shocked than anything, and she did great. You know, I don't think that you're going to see that kind of match now, though.
All right.
Like again, all respect to her. I just don't.
Fair.
Yeah, I just don't think you're going to see that kind of match now.
That's what we want to see, right? There's rematches on this card. We've been talking to people. We have the team duels, so the energy is going to be high. Man, I'm excited. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Say anything. The platform is yours. We're 2 weeks out from showtime, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say for all the women that are going to be watching this card, right, and then, you know, that see someone like myself and see someone like Kate who, you know, is higher level and we compete at a higher level, just know that like we were in your shoes at the same time. You know, when I was a white belt, I had a herniated disc in my neck a few years before. Like I couldn't even invert for the first 6 months. I didn't really start winning any matches until a year in, and it's really tough, and it can be sort of defeating at many times. But if you put your head down and you just keep believing in yourself and you keep working on your technique and you just focus on the little things add up every day, and you can be better than us, right? And it's just about continuing and being super consistent. So just know that we all started in your shoes and you can absolutely do great things.
That's awesome. It's exactly what we need, right? We need pioneers in the sports, and that's what it is. Competitors like you staying active, you're going to be the wave of people they're looking up to. And I'm happy to do as much as we can for the women in BJJ. We're going to be hosting an all-female card in October. We'll be announcing a date shortly. But everyone here, right? Everyone starts at the bottom. You got to keep on working, and you never know what sky's the limit. But it was great to talk to you today. Thank you for spending some time and competing on the card, especially, you know, it's a tough spot. You compete twice a month. I'm very happy I was able to slide into one of those spots for you. We're excited to see you. Remember, everyone can check us out either here on our channel, August 20th, or catch us live at Zephyr Performance Training in Shrewsbury Plaza in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. Doors open at 2, first fight at 3, and we will always start when we say we will start. All right. Have a great day, Nicole. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Josh.
What's up, everybody? Josh here from HCS Grappling, and we are on the road to HCS 5, coming live to you from Zephyr Performance Training in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. Doors open at 2. First match is at 3 o'clock. $25 for adults, $15 for kids 12 and under. You can also catch it here live on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that update button so you do not miss a minute of the action. Let me introduce you our guest today, coming off of her main event win at HCS 4, Kate Egan. Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right. Well, first off, thank you for being the part of the first main event, female main event for HCS. How was your experience? You and Lauren just went at it back and forth, and using all the rule set and the entire mat for your match. How are you feeling after that?
I knew that match was going to be like really tough. I feel pretty good because I went in with like a game plan and an idea of like the types of attacks and like passes and stuff that she likes to use. So like, I feel like I went in prepared and I left with the result I wanted. So, yeah.
I mean, finding the finish is definitely a result. All right. That's what everyone wants. And then
I kept like looking up at the ref being like, do I have points yet? And he just like kept not giving me the points. I was like, okay, I guess I'll go to the next transition. It just turned into the submission. I was like, sick. We made it.
Yeah, it's nice. No points, you know, in the end of the day. That's why I say it in the rule meeting. Just convert the sub. You get the sub, you win. That's the easiest way we can do about it. But you guys delivered. It was a great match. I was happy that we were able to match you up with someone that you haven't gone against, especially the female jiu-jitsu scene. It seems like it's a lot of rematches, you know, go back and forth, and it's tough finding different looks. With that being said, you're staying active. You're having a busy 2022 so far. You have a match coming up this weekend, I saw.
Yeah.
You have us next week. So let's talk about your recent 2022 besides HCS4, what you got planned going forward. And what else is cooking?
So next week I'm doing Hudson Valley Grappling. It's kind of funny because these are both free matches, and the way that, so I fought Nicole a year ago, and this girl that I'm going to go against this weekend, her name's Emily Sanchez. I also went against her a year ago. So it's like, I went against her and then I think I matched with Nicole after her, so it's a weird like groundhog kind of thing going on, which, you know, I don't really get rematched often, so it's just weird that I have like double rematches in the same order as a year ago, you know.
I mean, it is a small world. We going back-to-back weeks, back-to-back rematches.
Yeah. And then after HCS, all I really have planned is Nogi Pans, which I'm really excited about because the division has like Jasmine Rocha, Amanda Bruce, and Emily Pekulski in it, and they're all like amazing athletes. So even if I get out first round, if I could get a match with one of those girls, it'd be like, I would be happy, you know. I want to win, but you know.
Exactly. I mean, always we want to go. You're pushing yourself against the best, and the no-gi pans is arguably one of the biggest no-gi tournaments of the year. So you got to go out, and if you want to win it, you got to beat the best, and that's how it is. Yeah. So that's exciting. I know everyone's gearing up for that in October. So let's talk about it. I mean, we are talking about a rematch with Nicole. Nicole is very active as well. She's been on a tear this year. You guys have both went separate ways in the past year, and you're coming back where both of you have some momentum behind you. You obviously getting the win last time. Nicole is a little fired up for competitive revenge, all friendly and everything. So let's talk about the match where you saw where things went well for you the last time. Are you taking a different approach this time? She says her wrestling is amplified now since Method Jiu-Jitsu opening up in South. Yeah. So let's talk about it.
I'm like I pull guard a lot, you know. I've been working on my wrestling. This rule set, you don't really have to wrestle. So, I mean, she can, I don't know if I'm going to stand up with her and let her use her wrestling, because like my guard is my power in a way. And that's what I used the last match that we had. I played mostly guard, and then I came on top from using my guard, including like I did some attacks that like allowed me to come on top and stuff. So, I mean, this is submission only, aside from like the 80cc rule set, I guess. But even with that rule set, you just have to get past the guard. You have to like get into side control. You have to take the back, or you have to take mount. And so wrestling doesn't really matter for that. It's more of like, if you wrestle and you get the takedown, it looks like amazing. It's good for your highlight reel. But as far as the rules are concerned, I'm not too concerned about it, you know?
Yeah.
So
you make valid points here. I mean, you're allowed to sit as long as we're staying active. That's a big
I know.
Keep pushing forward, and you show it. You know, you
like maybe I'll try and wrestle her. That'd be like, oh man, she's tough. She's really tough. So we'll see what happens.
Keep her on her toes. You can't give out the full game plan. You know?
Yeah, no.
We're a week out. But that's awesome. I'm really excited for this match. I know as soon as I posted the match, phone was blowing up. Everyone's getting behind. It's like, oh, this is awesome. That's good. And, you know, no one has to really pay that much to watch it. Just got to check out right here on the tube, or come out and spend a little money in Shrewsbury. So, like I said, you have had an active year. This is a good little cap of your competitive season before the no-gi pans. I think you're gonna bring it. I know everyone's excited for the match. Any other final thoughts? Anything you want to shout out or whatever? You have a little platform right here before we continue.
I want to, I guess, a little shout out to my instructor, because he isn't able to come and coach me sometimes because of like his dog is like a little sick right now. So the last time he actually came and coached me against Laura, and he like brought his dog with him, which is like, yeah, it's like he like went out of his way to like help me, but also is taking care of his dog. So like, shout out to him. Like, he really is an incredible coach and instructor. He got his black belt in 4.5 years, and then 6 years into training, he won Master Worlds, and he also won no-gi pans. And he's not really like well known because he is he stays away from social media and stuff like that, but he really is incredible, and so I'm really thankful to him. Yeah.
What was your coach's name?
Brian Rago.
Brian Rago. Big shout out. I mean, having a good support staff is half of the battle here, right? In this sport, it's tough enough. You always need someone to kick you in the butt to make sure. That's awesome. Is he going to be able to come out next week?
That's what he's planning. Awesome. Yeah. He'll probably bring his dog again. Yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do. But awesome. Again, thank you for being part of the card. Back-to-back cards. Best of luck to you this weekend. And we look forward to seeing you next week in the circle at HCS 5, coming live to you from Zephyr Performance Training in Shrewsbury. Doors open at 2. First match is at 3. You can watch it here on the channel or in person. Just come on down. All right. Thank you again, Katie, for joining us. Best of luck this weekend. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And keep on keeping on. Welcome to the road to HCS 5, coming live to you August 20th from Zephyr Performance Training in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. Doors open at 2 o'clock, $25 at the door for adults, $15 for kids 12 and under. You can catch it live there or right here on our stream. Make sure you like and subscribe, put the notification button on, and be ready for some awesome matches. We have some pro duels, but we also have some sick super fights set up. We have 2 big rematches that I'm really excited about. We're going to interview a couple of these people getting ready for their matches and see what's going on. Let me introduce you today's guest, Eric Naples, joining us today. How you doing, man? Thanks for doing this.
Man.
So let's get right into it, right? You've been active on the scene. Actually just saw your MMA debut a couple weeks ago, mixing it up. Gotta love martial artists, getting out of your comfort area.
Yeah.
Start off with what made you want to compete for HCS?
So I know that you guys are growing pretty fast, and you're widely available, like for viewing. It's available on Flow, right?
No, not on Flow, just YouTube right now.
Just YouTube. Oh, so it's live on YouTube. Yeah, that's how. Probably like one of the best ways to watch matches, and you can tell friends, family, teammates, they can tune in, see it, and that leads to other people, have an interest in the event too. So it's a growing event, and I really wanted to get on one of the cards. It's your 5th one, right?
Yeah, this is number 5. We started in January, so we
nice.
We've been pumping them out, and then we have the rest of the year already planned out. And we're going to announce those dates closer to your event. You're training at the Hive. The Hive's bringing a team actually to the same event, so you guys will have a nice little crowd supported behind you. That's one of my favorite things about us. We're going as the house party, and it's a nice, intimate, and everyone's right there on the mat. Get to be right near the action, and excited to go. How's the training going? With, I guess the atmosphere is probably a little high in the room since everyone's kind of got matches lined up. I know you guys were just out in the IBJFs, had a bunch of kids going on. And those tournaments in Orlando. Just how's training going? Yeah,
it's good, man. And we got such a different mix of people in there that it's not like everybody's competing at the same time. It's like people are always doing a competition year round. Like the kids were doing the Pans, we had some guys just doing the Orlando Open, and then now we got a bunch of people from the Hive on this card, whether it's the super fights or the team event. Training's been going good, man, whether it's at the Hive or in Delaware at my normal gym when I'm not up there teaching. I've been feeling really good. Are you based in Delaware? Yeah, I live in Delaware. not Newark. Okay, so not too far. All right, look at that, news to me. Yeah, not a lot of people know that don't know me like personally. So now you're adding another state to the HCS. I've had Connecticut, Maryland, now Delaware, New York, New Jersey, PA, and then we all have a team coming up from Virginia. So that's what I'm talking about, dude. The growing event. Spreading quick. Yeah. All right. What recent competitions have you been doing this year? Like I said, I saw MMA, but besides that, I know you've been active on the jiu-jitsu scene. Yeah. So before the fight, I had I think the most recent match, I did a Finishers Open. I don't think I really told anybody about that. I did a Finishers Open. Before that, I was on Fury. I fought a pretty good black belt at Fury Grappling. That was the first time I competed for Fury. And then other than that, another Finishers event where I won the belt. There's one more. Yeah, Emerald City. I had a match Emerald City. So just mainly super fights. I haven't been able to do many like bracketed tournaments or competitions, but trying to go out to Nogi Pans and Worlds later this year.
Awesome. Yeah, that's coming up in October, right? Out in Texas.
Yeah.
So you said you have the finishers title, two-time Pan American champ, IBJF World silver medalist. So you've gone with the best of the best. And then so like we're gonna lead right into the matchup here with Super Dave. Dave just came off of HCS3 finish actually against a guy that you went up against in Emerald, Vinny Falzerano.
Yeah.
So that did kind of how the match went up. Coach Ruben came up right up to us. He said, I have an idea for a match. And we were like, what was it? And it's like, I think Naples would want it. I said, okay, tell me more. And that's how we're here today. So let's talk a little bit about your last match with Dave. When was it? I know it was a little while back.
That was March it was the very first Emerald City. On the main card of that, it was April of 2021.
Okay.
And it's not Dave's not a guy that's like been on my radar, but not for a bad reason. Just because the people that I've been seeking matches with, this changed, a few months ago because I used to only really do like brackets. Super fights are still kind of new to me. Maybe like the past year or two, I've been doing a lot of super fights. He wasn't really on my radar because he wasn't in my division for like IBJJF. He's a black belt and I'm a brown belt. So when Sam, the promoter for Emerald City, hit me up about that match, I was like, because I know who he is, I watch all the rooster weights that compete. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Because I know he places and he competes against the best guys at black belt. He's been doing so for years too. So I thought that was a good match for me to take at the time.
Yeah. So you walked away with the victory the last time you guys went. How'd you get the victory?
It was a triangle about 2 or 3 minutes in.
Nice. I mean, that's no slouch there. Being able to finish Dave is very, very impressive, and that's why we were excited to run this back. How do you think the match is going to go around this time? Obviously, we're talking about a little over, almost a year and a half now since the last time you guys competed against each other. Both games have changed. What do you think's happening this time? Yeah,
so when someone takes a rematch, well, he knew about the match before me. I heard from the match, like you said, from Ruben. He was like, you know how Ruben is. He's like, bro, I got a match for you. I'm like, okay, dude, who is it? So when he told me that Dave took the match, that's good news, because when someone takes a rematch with you, that means that they've been working on specific things, not for you. You don't train for one person, but they've been working on specific things, and maybe they think that the next time around will be a little different. And obviously, I'm getting better every day, so yeah, it's relevant, and I think it's a good matchup. I can definitely still see myself getting the win. Every few months, I change up what I'm working on, add new things to my already existing game, and I think I've added a lot of really unique stuff to my game that I don't see a lot of people do, that I haven't really got to do too much of yet in competition. So we'll see if I hit some of my new stuff in that match. Nice. And I mean, I'm sure the way our venue's set up, it's in a wrestling ring circle, but we also have a wall, and you're coming off right off an MMA camp. You're obviously doing a lot of wall work and everything that can play into your favor. Dave has an MMA background, so I'm hoping we get to see some scrambles that involve the wall and the out of bounds and the actual fresh starts. It's a little different taste, and that's why I like setting up these rematches between you and Dave, and then I have the other one between Katie and Nicole. I mean, there's just high level, but now we're going to make sure we're going to stay right in the middle, and we're going to see the scrambles. But do you think the new rule set's going to be giving you any issues in your game, or get to show you some stuff that you weren't able to show in different venues and all that kind of stuff? Normally I go out there the same no matter the rule set, and that's been a little bit of a downfall for me, but I think as I get more experience, I've ways to make that work. I don't necessarily, obviously, I game plan for rule sets sometimes, but as far as doing the moves that I want to hit, going about the match the way I want. That never really changes. So I'm going to be the same person in there that I usually am.
It's easy. That's why we make the rules sub only. You only really got to hunt for one thing.
Exactly.
But when you get to the overtimes, it's a little different, but you're still hunting for the same thing, and that's all we want. I'm really excited for that match. I'm excited to check out your team again. Chris Emery, I know, is on the team, making his way back to HCS. He had an awesome main event match on HCS3 with Tom Selmier, and those guys went back and forth, and he lost in that sudden death. It's tough, that sudden death. The top guy has to find the finish, and I know he's been banging out the tooth to get back on. He almost stepped up short notice on HCS4. Issues happen, but can't blame him. It was about 48 hours notice. So he was ready to go. How's he looking? How's the team looking to come look at the first pro champs?
Yeah, Chris is great, man. He's tough. He scraps. If I know it's just grappling, but if there was such thing as a scrapper in jiu-jitsu, it's definitely Chris, man. He rolls until he throws up, like, regularly. I've never seen anything like it. He just keeps on rolling. I'm like, dude, what the hell?
Take a break.
So he's looking good. And then we got Aldo, we got Will, and then we're trying to get one more person. We're still in the process of getting one more person. Oh, Nick Wiley, of course, been friends with him for years. That's another one who's similar to Chris in that they just don't stop going. So I think we got the right group of guys for our team.
It's going to be interesting. I'm really excited about this team format. Really excited for your guys' matches. All the other matches are on the card too. I'm happy to give out all these local guys and even our Delaware folks coming back up and getting some matches, keeping everyone busy. Is there anything else you want to talk about? The platform is yours. We're going to hope to have another good viewing, a good packed crowd here in Shrewsbury, New Jersey, coming into August.
No, I think that's just about it, man. We touched on pretty much everything that's going to be going down in a couple weeks. So just going to show up, do my game, and see what happens. And then hopefully that the Hive can take on that title. That'd be sick.
It will be awesome. The way the card's stacked up, the semis are in the middle. Then we're going to super fights. You'll be co-main event with the team final going right after. So it would be pretty cool to see you go and the Hive go right back and forth. It looked like the Hive just took the mat the entire night.
Yeah. Could you imagine getting off the mat, fresh off a win, hyping my team up?
You're right there, holding that banner. That'd be great to see. Coach Chris Noonan is a great guy. I was around him. He's a big staple in the jiu-jitsu community, and I'm glad that you guys are being a part of it. Man, I'm really excited. I'm excited that you agreed to do this. You agreed to do the card. Best of luck in the rest of your training camp. We got a little over 2 weeks left. We're going to keep on doing what we do, Get ready for the house party of grappling. Be ready to scrap, and all the best to you. All right, brother?
Yeah, man. Thank you. Can't thank you enough. It's going to be fun.
What's up, everyone? Josh Baker here with HCS Grappling, and we're going to continue on the road to HCS 5, brought to you live at Zephyr Performance Training, August 20th. Doors open at 2 o'clock. Stream and first match starts at 3 o'clock. You can catch it either live at Zephyr Performance Training in Shrewsbury, New Jersey, or live right here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that update button. Let us know when you see all of our content. Let me introduce our guest today, an HCS alum and every other jiu-jitsu alum that you can think of. Dave Zennario is back. Super Dave's coming back to the circle. What's up, man? Thanks for joining us today.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Of course. So, obviously, your last time we saw you was HCS 3. You came away with the victory against Vinny Falzerano. How was your experience? First time in the circle? I know, like you said, you've been around everywhere. So how was your first HCS on the mat for you?
It was cool. I like the show that you've been having. A lot of my students have been competing in your show, and I was just kind of sitting back and watching from the sidelines, and you have a nice gym set up. So I was very comfortable going out in there and competing against Vinny, and I had a great time.
Awesome. Yeah. Like I said, you've been in the corner almost every show we've had. HCS4 was the only one Bucktown has not been on, but Bucktown was the first amateur dual meet teams, and that was the first official one last year. Big team, big ups to Bucktown. So let's get right into it. I mean, right out this matchup coming up against Eric Naples is a rematch, and it basically started right after your HCS3 match when his coach came up to us and said, I got a match idea for you. He said Eric Naples, and both of us said, please tell us more. So I'm excited to be able to get this rematch for you here in the circle. Let's just talk about a little bit. When's the last time you went up against Eric?
Last time I went against Eric was at the Emerald City Invitational in Philadelphia. I think it was like early 2021 or spring 2021.
Yeah, what we were seeing like March of last year, I think.
Yeah, something like that, about that time. So it's been like a year and a half or so, maybe a little bit more. And they asked me for if I wanted a rematch, and he beat me the first time. So I wasn't expecting him to ask me for that rematch. So I mean, yeah, why not? I'll take the rematch. Not a big deal. The first match I think was like not really a good showing for myself. I ended up in his closed guard, and he kind of just held rubber guard for a while. It was a little bit frustrating, and I kind of was probably not in the best headspace. And then, boom, he flipped through, caught me in a triangle, and that was it. He definitely got a good triangle. But I'm a more active roller. I don't like to hold positions for too long and just sit there not really doing anything. But touche to him, you know. So I'm looking forward to having this second match with him, and I've definitely grown a lot more since then, physically and mentally. So I'm looking forward to get some redemption.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's over a year ago, almost a year and a half ago, and you're an active guy yourself. You know, it's sometimes hard to find you some matches that you haven't really gone against. But 2022 has been treating you well. You've been traveling around. 2021 was decent as well. Besides HCS3, what's your most recent competition, victories, all that kind of stuff?
Well, I did a couple open weight tournaments for high rollers in Las Vegas. So those were like really fun experiences. The one guy was probably closer to 200 pounds, black belt. And I went the distance with him. He caught me in regulation. In overtime. Mm-hmm. So, but it was a good experience. I had a good fun there. I really liked the event. Before that, I was doing some more like IBJJF stuff. Having some tough matches with those guys. I mean, I've been competing against like some of the best guys in the world. You know, like Lucas Pinheiro and Cayotera and Taliesin Suarez, Estevan. I've won against all those guys. And I've had good matches with them. I've had matches where I got smoked by some of those guys too. But I think getting beat by some of the best guys in the world has actually like really helped me get better. I learned so much from going against those guys and my experience with those guys. But I'm looking forward to some more super fights. I got some more super fights coming up with you, and then after Men of War, and then looking forward to Nogi Pans and Nogi Worlds in this winter.
Nice, staying active. Yeah, I just saw Men of War announce that your match, defending your title, flyweight champ, against Sam Mickle. That's going to be a good one right after us. So right. August 20th, I mean, we have the finishers, 125 champ, Men of War, 125 champ going head-to-head. Super excited for that. Except we're kind of a combination of the two rule sets, you know? Right. The sub-only part, you have the overtimes and everything like that, but the biggest thing is you have that circle. And with the activity is we do hit those stalls, right? So those stalls could be maybe used in this match. Eric's coming off his first MMA fight. It didn't go his way. Jiu-jitsu player at heart, you can see that. You have an MMA background. We have the wall. Maybe you see a little scrambles going on there. You know, it's always fun to go with playing that way. But again, I'm just super stoked to be able to give you this opportunity to get this rematch. I know it's something that you've been looking for. I'm super excited to have Bucktown back in the circle like we wanted. Hopefully we'll keep and finishing strong with the big second half of the year coming up. So let's just get right to it. How do you think this match is going to go with Eric end of August?
Well, I'm assuming he's going to want to sit guard and probably lock up a closed guard and stall until he can get a triangle or a Kimura or something from the bottom. So I'm not really looking to go into his closed guard because it's just a kind of a frustrating thing sometimes. I'd much rather stay on my feet, wrestle a little bit, and see how he is, take him down, get my passes, work my passes, get my watch out for my arm bars, like just kind of doing my thing from the top. I like playing from all positions, so I could play from the top or play from the bottom with leg locks, back takes, barambolos, so we'll see. I would like to tangle him up and have like a more exciting match than we had last time because it was pretty boring last time.
All right, well, we don't want boring. We don't want boring in the house parties. Hopefully you guys are gonna go right after it.
Yeah, and I think with the rules, your rule set too, I think will help, keep that match moving and keep it exciting for everybody.
I definitely think he's got. I mean, Bucktown always represents the Hive. His team does have a team in the duels, so we'll probably be a good Hive crowd. But like I said, I know Bucktown's going to come out, and I'm really excited to hear the environment. And you guys are going to be the last super fight before the team final, so it's going to be a nice stage for everything like that. Anything else you want to say? I mean, the platform is yours. You, like I said, you're one of the true G's around here in jiu-jitsu, and we're excited to have you, but the platform's yours, my man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I just want to thank you and everybody at HCS for giving me the opportunity, and I'll thank Eric Naples and his team as well for wanting to have another match with me. I also want to shout out all my homeboys at Bucktown and all my homeboys at Master Sky Jiu-Jitsu in New York City. So I train a lot with them, and those guys mean a lot to me. And so it's nice to have all their support behind me and come into this match a lot stronger than I came the first time.
Awesome, man. Again, remember, come out, check out Super Dave coming back into the circle, looking to get the redemption. August 20th at Zephyr Performance Training in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. You can either catch us at the door. Doors opens at 2 o'clock, $25 for adults, $15 for kids 12 and under, or catch it live here free on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and keep updated on all the awesome content coming your way. Thank you, Dave. Best of luck in the rest of training. We'll talk to you soon. See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you, brother. Peace out, man.
Everyone, welcome. HCS 5, brought to you by Zephyr Performance Training here in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. The voice of the house party of grappling. I'm Zach, and here alongside color commentator, owner, promoter, Josh.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in again. Sorry for the small delay. We've been dealing with some issues today, but don't worry, the party is still going on. We're bringing 10 matches here, 7 of them all at the pro level, and 3 of them in our Ironman bracket, where we had a last-minute replacement at 2 o'clock. AJ Gallucci did fall out, but Aldo Pazos from the Hive is stepping up. For those that are joining us, looking for our team tournament, unfortunately, we are rescheduling that to November. We are going to open it up now. Rather than having 4 teams, we're going to look to get 8 teams. So if you are listening to this or you want to train and you want to talk about it, let us know, DM us, all right? We have a stack card coming this way, and we're going to get right to the action with the Ironman. But, I mean, everyone's getting ready for these last 2 matches, and I cannot wait until we get there. 2 awesome rematches to close out the card. But we're going to get right to it. All right? It's time.
Our next event, we are taking September off, but we're coming back in October for the females, okay? HCS 6 is for the chicks, okay? All belts, all weights, we're going here. If you are interested, please DM me, and we'll match up as we can. We're gonna try to pack it up. It's all super fights, like I said, all belts, but we are going to a structured weight system where we are going to keep these weights. So when you are interested in competing, male, female, any future event, please look at these weights, and these are the weights we are going to go for. Yes, there may be some special circumstances that we do some catch weights or stuff like that, but these are the weights because we have some awesome things planned to end the year and going on to next year. So if you're interested in any of the cards, just message us on Instagram and we're ready to go. All right, and with that, folks, we're ready to roll right into our Ironman tournament. Today our referees are going to actually be Josh and referee Ben as always, so you're going to get a little bit more of my voice here on the call, but I'm sure that's not a problem with any of you. So for our first matchup here, remember AJ Gallucci here on the poster has unfortunately withdrawn for the day, but opportunity for Aldo Posas to step up from the Hive. But our first matchup will be between Hodges, Horton, and JT Taylor. And we are just about underway here. Real quick reminder of our rule set. Regulation is going to be 4 minutes. The pro will be 6 minutes. The first overtime will be your EBIJF and then your ADCC overtime, followed by the third sudden death. And we are underway here again. JT Taylor versus Hodges Horton. Hodges out of McHugh Jiu-Jitsu with Coach Pete McHugh, making his super fight debut here. Hodges in the green ankle band up against JT Taylor out of the Vault Jiu-Jitsu. He's 4-0 in his super fights, 1-0 here. JT in the guard and pulling the guard position here with the red ankle band, goes inverted, clean roll through there, take the top position. A lot of action right away here. Love to see it from our blue belt competitors in this Ironman tournament. Ready to scrap right away. JT as he works from the top here. Again, he's an HCS vet. Just as I say that, works his way to bottom there in the north-south position. But yeah, JT, HCS vet, Emerald City vet, finishers vet. So a lot of experience, a lot of active competitor here. He's actually a former Division I football player, and he's only been training for about 2 years now in Jiu-Jitsu, and he's been actively competing here for 1 year. But as you can see by that record, he's been busy in that 1 year as we're back to our feet, and JT pulls guard quickly. Remember, here at HCS, we like to engage. We like to encourage that action. So if you're going to pull a guard, you got to be engaged right away, as JT is. As Hodges falls back to that ankle lock. We're at the amateur level here, so you got to keep that as a straight ankle lock. Hodges making his super fight debut, as stated. However, still definitely been active on the scene. No gi competitor at Naga. Gi competitor. He's done the Good Fight Tournament of Brotherly Love. He was a 3-sport athlete in high school himself, also with that football, but also baseball, basketball, and track. His collegiate football career came to a close due to injury, but he's made the nice transition to jiu-jitsu here as JT works on top to a dominant full mount position here. Minute and a half left here in the opening round. JT with that dominant position. Going to look to find that finish here in this opening period, avoid that overtime. A lot of time to work. Hodges is going to have to look to survive here for this minute. Hodges with a clean sweep, able to get some space, create some action down to those ankles. JT applying that pressure from the top position here. Hodges is able to break away, but engages right away on that leg. And JT looked to find that arm, but he didn't want to give it the dominant position. 20 seconds left. JT looking to engage that arm triangle here. 9 seconds left. Looks like Hodges is going to be able to survive out here. And with that, our first match will be going to overtime. Overtime here in our first matchup at HCS 5 House Party of Grappling. It's going to be JT's choice in the first overtime. JT takes the back position for the first EBI overtime. JT's gonna have a minute here to find that submission. Hodges has a minute to escape or survive the period. And then we'll obviously, of course, switch the dominant position, and we are underway here in the first overtime. Body triangle right away from JT. Search and find a neck, and he gets under that neck. Hodges gonna, rough position here. Just still fighting the wrist, trying to break the lock here, but that is pretty deep, folks. JT's under the chin there. "30 seconds left. Both men still working. Hodge still fighting here, doing a great job fighting off this tough position. And like that, JT gets the tap in the first overtime period. It's going to be Hodges' choice now of what position he's going to want to take. Armbar or back. And Hodges is going to take the armbar position to go start this overtime period. He must find the submission here in this minute. If he does not, JT will be our victor with an escape or with surviving the minute. And we are underway here with that armbar position. Hodges gets it right away. 3-second submission right there. Gets it quickly, and we are heading to overtime number 2, ADCC overtime. We have a 3-minute ADCC overtime period here. First man to find a dominant position here in this overtime would be the victor. And we are underway in the second overtime. And just like that, we're in the mount position for 1, 2, 3, and just like that, a quick takedown to full mount. And Jeffrey Taylor is your winner of the first Ironman match of the evening. Both men will be back in the circle later on today. But JT Taylor, winner by double overtime ADCC victory. And we move right along into our next matchup between Ansley Cox and Peyton Leigh Letcher. Getting a little arm raise here first, a little team pick, of course. Two very tall men outside, a very short man in the middle. Josh might not be known for his height, but he is known for putting on a hell of a show. And that's what we're here for. And like I said, next matchup is between Ansley Cox and Peyton Leigh Letcher. Brown belt matchup, 145 pounds. Ansley out of Hart BJJ, coached by Tim Hart. Peyton fighting out of New York Henzo Gracie Academy. And we are about to be underway here. 6-minute period here for our professional fighters. Again, a brown belt matchup. Ansley, a returning HCS competitor, looking to avenge that loss, that 0-1 record here at HCS. Looking to get her arm raised here for the first time at HCS against Peyton, who is our HCS debut for Peyton. And we're underway right away. Big takedown into side control for Peyton. Underway quickly here in this one. Ansley aggressive from the bottom, though, able to clear that position, get to half guard. Ansley, an active competitor, 11 super fights. She's also competed in IBJJF, won in 2022. She also does a podcast with her husband called Two Jack Bros. They're looking to, combine a sense of humor with some enlightenment about the jiu-jitsu community. So definitely, if you're looking for a good laugh and some jiu-jitsu content, give it that podcast a check out. She's up against Peyton on the top position here. Peyton's actually born and raised in Cape Town, South Africa. She transitioned to jiu-jitsu about 6 years ago and has never looked back from here as she attacks on the arm here. Ansley's got to be careful here as that arm bar is looking like she's setting it up nicely here for Peyton. Coached by Kurt George. She's been an ADCC European Trials finalist 3 years in a row. She's an ADCC World's veteran. She's attacking that arm. Ansley doing a good job with the defense, but this is definitely a dangerous position to be in for Ansley. Oh, and we break the grip. Peyton looking to find that finish here. A lot of time left, over 4 minutes left here in this one. Ansley definitely got to find a way out of this position. And just as I say that, she's able to push to some top control here, fight her arm back. Great defense there by Ansley Cox. And she now works from the top position.
Stay strong there. Get tighter pressure to your chest. You have her come out in a second as she's pushing. Keep her pressed really hard.
Here, Coach Tim Hart here in the corner for Ansley Cox.
Keep your head on the inside. One. No, keep it there, Ace. Head out. Ace, no triangles. Start taking your arms out. 2 arms out, Ace. Take your right arm towards the end. Good. Now we're passing, Ace. Go that foot. Get to the hip line. Get the toes. Get rid of your toes.
Approaching the halfway point here. Looks like Peyton's attacking that arm from the bottom position. Working in that half guard. And we officially hit that 3-minute mark halfway through here. Peyton fighting that Kimura out on that far side. And he's looking to push away here out of that grip. That's getting tight now. That's getting dangerous. And just like that, Ansley rolls through and defends the position. Great defense on display here from Ansley, but great attacks from Peyton as well. And we got a scramble here. Both women very engaged here in this matchup. A lot of exciting movement here, and we love to see that here at the House Party of Grappling. Ansley working down low on the legs there. Peyton looking to pull her in here. As we have a minute and a half left here in this opening period. And we get some space here. Opportunity for both women. We go inverted. Down to the ankles. Peyton, a lot of interesting looks on these submission attempts. A lot of action. Ansley looks to pull her in. As Peyton looks to step over, Ansley pushes away. 1 minute left here in the opening period. And just like that, Peyton's able to transition to the back here, right into with a, and just like that, Peyton drops the hammer from almost out of nowhere. That submission came in very quickly. Peyton Lee Lecter, winner by rear naked choke. Sneaky submission there as she dropped the hammer. And we are underway here now with our third match of the evening. We have John Perez versus Alex Seneco. John Perez out of All-Star MMA. Alex out of Fighting Arts Academy, all the way from Connecticut. Drove down here all the way from Connecticut today to compete. John in the black, Alex in the yellow and red, as we are underway here in our matchup. Quick scramble right away as we end up in the guard position. John Perez on top. Again, out of All-Star MMA, coached by Jamal Patterson. Has a 1-0 record, fought for Men of War. He's had some experience at Grappling Industries, The Good Fight. John is a brown belt. Alex here on the bottom, all the way from Connecticut. Coaches Nick Newell and Roger Denton. Competed with Top Level Pro, Ascension, Grappling Industries. And as we get underway here, Alex actually wanted to make a quick shout out. Congratulations in order to Charlotte and Ryan on their engagement. Charlotte and Ryan, we know you're watching. Congratulations on that engagement. And just like that, we're a minute in. Pretty neutral position here from both men. Looking to find that opportunity. John's able to clear that guard, but Alex right in on a leg there. Goes inverted. Getting close to out of bounds, but here it's the college wrestling rules. All body parts need to be out of bounds before we call it. So we're letting both men compete here. And we go out of bounds. Nope. Back to our feet. No dominant position there. We're going to start back up on our feet. And we're back underway. Alex looks to pull guard there right away. Into a bit of a half guard position here. 2 minutes in here on this one. And back to that guard position. Alex very clearly comfortable in this guard here. Very active guard, engaged guard. John doing his best here with some pass attempts. Alex attacking those ankles. John steps over into that full mount position. A lot of time left to work here. Still a little over halfway left. But Alex is able to shrimp out of that position right away. We're in a hip to hip. Back into a half guard. Good little scramble there from both. John looks to pass, but right back into that half guard. Two and a half minutes left here in the opening period. Under 2 minutes left here. Strong guard of Alex is definitely posing a problem for offensive attacks for both men. Both guys here looking to find that opportunity to find their offense, find their attacks. As we approach the minute mark here, 1 minute left. We get a little bit of a separation into that side position, but Alex is able to roll through there, fight the leg. And we get to a bit of a north-south position here. 40 seconds left. Action starting to pick up as we approach the end of the round here. John fighting for that arm there. Coming out to the side for it. 30 seconds left, a little under, and we get the submission. And just like that, John Perez drops the hammer. Winner by submission with only 26 seconds left here in the opening period. Just like that, John Perez drops the hammer. And as a reminder for those of you just tuning in, if you're looking to get on the Hammer Challenge Series cards, these are our official weight classes that we'd be looking for competitors in. So if you're looking to get on this card, when you're DMing us, know that these are the weights that we're looking to set up and get matches for, all right? And as a reminder, we're taking September off, but we're back in October strong for HCS 6 for the chicks. House Party of Grappling, an all-female affair. So any ladies out there looking to get on the card, DM us, let us know. We're trying to build this card up as big as possible. So if you're looking for that opportunity to show what you got, let us know and make it out here. And just like that, we're into our next matchup. We have Justin Gonzalez versus Sam Vorbe. Justin Gonzalez out of OMTC, coached by Bobe, HCS veteran. Been on the card here 3 times already. 2-1 here, two arm submissions. And Sam Vorbe might be a first-time competitor here at HCS. However, Sam has been very active on the scene as a coach here. Coached many times here out of Ocean County BJJ. A lot of their athletes have competed on here, and Sam's been a very active cornerman for them. Sam coached by Freddie Boese. Making a return from injury. He's battled some knee injuries recently, but fully recovered and ready to be back here in the circle. Took this fight on just a week notice as well, so appreciate that from Sam. Always ready to compete and step up and be ready to go. Goes into the front head position right away. Finds that, sinks in under the arm already. Can we find a guillotine? That would be some sort of debut here. Justin is able to escape to position, but a great scramble here, as that we're only a minute in here. Great sign of things to come as we're back on our feet. Justin showing those defensive skill, always the active competitor. Done the Fuji tournament, the Kasai tournament, has been in the ADCC trials as he is up here against the wall. And Sam with a nice trip attempt into that front head again. Sam definitely looks very strong in these positions as he looks to take the back, but Justin scrambles out of it. Definitely a lot of action here. Only a minute and a half in on this one. Sam, before that injury, was also a very active competitor. A lot of super fight experience. Done IBJJFs, done New Haven Open last week. Grappling Industries, very active himself. He's wearing that half guard position. And got to take this opportunity here from Sam. Bobby, we know you're watching. Happy birthday to Bobby. As we approach the 2-minute mark here in the opening period. Working from his half guard position. Little separation here. Sam looking to, and just like that, as I was about to say it, Sam rolls through, takes the top position here as we hit the halfway point of this opening round. 3 minutes left, and Justin able to clear position, and we get back to our feet. A lot of action from these two, not settling in position. Justin in on the shot, single leg attempt, and we roll through. Sam very active attacking this arm here. Dangerous position if you're Justin, as that armbar attempt is definitely deep, and rolls through the armbar attempt. Just when it looks like Sam's going to have it, Justin rolls through and is able to take the side mount position. Very active engagement from both men here. A lot of creative submission attempts here on the part of Sam. Great defensive maneuvers from Justin. Justin transitions to the knee on belly position. Looking to step over. Sam's able to recognize, bump that away, back to side, and back to knee on belly, and he's able to fight it through this time for that full mount position. 2 minutes left in that full mount position. Sam's going to have to look to fight out of this position. 2 minutes left to work for both men. Can hear his coaches coaching Justin from afar over there on the far side of the mat. And Sam's able to fight into the half guard position and roll right through into that leg lock. Sam has some very creative positions, very active, and Justin's able to fight out of it. And we're back to that half guard position and kicks away. Justin dives right back in though. Back towards that half. Sam very heavy on the head here from bottom, using those legs, staying active. Both men definitely engaged heavily here. As we approach a minute left here in the opening period. 1 minute left. Both men hunting for those submissions to avoid that overtime. A lot of action here in this opening period. A little separation. Heavy hands from Sam on the bottom position here. Some head slaps. 30 seconds left here. 30 left in the opening period. Fighting on the edge here. Sam has been constantly throwing his legs around here from the bottom position, always threatening with that submission. Justin's been doing a great job of recognizing it as we're back to our feet with 8 seconds left. And it looks like we're going to hit an overtime here, another overtime matchup. And we're going to overtime for the EBI overtimes. It's going to be Sam's choice for the first period. And he chooses back offense to start us up here. He has a minute to find this submission. Justin's got a minute to get his way out. we'll flip after this, and we are underway here in our first opening overtime period in that back position. Sam looking to find his way under the chin there. Active with his leg hooks as well. Justin looking to fight the hands, be active in the position as well. 30 seconds left here. 30 seconds left in this overtime period as Sam looks to find his way under that chin. And Justin's able to push away from there. 20 seconds left. Justin trying to find that escape with 20 seconds. Sam looking to find that submission. 15 seconds left. Justin has been doing a great job fighting off the submissions, but he hasn't been able to get his way out of the position yet. 5 seconds left. And with that, Sam is able to ride him out for the period, but not find the submission. If Justin's able to find the submission here in the second overtime, he will win, but he at least must ride out Sam in order to extend this. If Sam's able to escape, he would be our winner here. Justin, with those 2 armbar victories already, looking to take the armbar position in this overtime here. Again, if he finds submission, he is our winner. If he rides him out, we go to another overtime. If Sam escapes, Sam will be our winner. Just making sure the position is set correctly before we're underway. And here we go, underway in the second overtime period. Justin looking to fight and get that armbar submission. Sam looking to make his way out. Justin very calm, rolling through the position here. Sam looking to stack him up. Justin's able to break the grip. And Sam's looking to shake. And Sam shakes him off. And just like that, Sam Vorbe is able to escape and win in our first overtime period. Sam winner by overtime escape. Big congratulations here to Sam in his first appearance with HCS as a competitor. Has seen, almost walks away from the photo without taking his photo. And a cute little hug there with Josh as we move our way into our next matchup between Sebastian Gallegos and Christian Bobe. Sebastian Gallegos and Christian Bobe. Sebastian, the ever active HCS competitor, making his way back to the circle for the 3rd time. Should be the 4th, but you know, sometimes people pull out of things, but Sebastian's always been ready. 2-0 here at HCS with an overtime victory and a heel hook victory, fighting out of Ambush Jiu-Jitsu Club under Coach Carlito Medina, up against Christian Bobe out of Webb MMA under Jonathan Webb. He might be a HCS rookie debut here, but he is 3-0 in his jiu-jitsu super fights himself, so definitely has the experience here. Sebastian, outside of his HCS experience, was just 14-4 last year alone in his super fights, so always the active competitor. As we're already into a guard position here, Sebastian on underneath, not even 20 seconds in, action right away. Sebastian, outside of those super fight experience, also competed with Grappling Industries. Christian, 3-0 in those super fights, as I said, but he's 5-2 in amateur MMA as well. He's also competed on Fury Grappling, IBJJF, Art of War, amateur champ twice. Christian actually is looking to transition from amateur to pro in MMA coming this February, so be on the lookout for that as well. When we were talking to Sebastian as we approached minute in here, 5 minutes left. We were talking to Sebastian here earlier today before the fights, and it was clear he definitely appreciates his team and his coaches. I wanted to give you guys a shout out, Coach Matt and the teammates. Sebastian feels he's at the best version of himself now, and he wants to thank you for that.
This will be Matt. Yeah, then it'll be intermission. Then we'll do John.
Sebastian showing that flexibility off with that leg here. Christian looking to create that pressure. Both men separate for a second, but we're back into it as Sebastian looks to fight him into the wall. As you see here, Sebastian has that active bottom guard position, always inching forward, ready to engage as he fights for that ankle. Playing along the wall here might be a little difficult as Christian's able to drop down here for the leg. Christian looking for that bear hug. Looking to pass the butterfly guard of Sebastian, but Sebastian doing a great job of staying in position here. Looks like Christian's actually being coached in the corner here by Eric Naples, who we'll see in our main event later on today, out of the Hive. As we approach the halfway mark here, 3 minutes left. Christian looks to step over, pass that half guard. Sebastian right into those butterfly hooks. Very, very good job by Sebastian here, able to re-engage with those butterflies. Seems very comfortable in the position, working that overhook. Sebastian uses that elevation with the butterflies to get back to his feet. And we're back on our feet here as we approach about 2:20 left here. Sebastian looks for some funky inversion. Pulls him in there with the hooks. Sebastian with a nice clear, looking to take that back position. But Sebastian's able to keep rolling through. But Christian's still fighting here for this back take. Gets the body triangle and to take the back. Sebastian's got to get creative here to get out of the position, able to break that body lock. Slides his hips away. Christian stepping up, maintaining that dominant position. Minute 30 here remaining. Under a minute left here. Christian still engaging on that back position. Sebastian trying to roll through now. .20 seconds left here. Bit of a funky position. Sebastian draped around that leg like a koala. Fights on through, gets his butterfly hook in. 5 seconds left. Looks like we're approaching another overtime after an active opening 6 minutes here as we head to the EBI overtime period. Sebastian's choice. Sebastian with the back take to open us up here in the initial overtime. 1 minute to work here. And we are underway here in the first overtime. Body triangle right away from Sebastian as he looks for that choke up top. Christian looking to fight that off. Able to break that body triangle grip. Sebastian trying to get it back. 45 seconds. Christian looking to turn in, and he is able to turn into the guard, and Christian is able to escape the position. He gets out. We're now going to flip that roll. Sebastian must find an escape to extend this. If Christian's able to submit him or is able to ride him out, he will be the victor of this overtime period. Christian looking to get started right away, making sure we're in right position before we get started here. We are underway. Christian with a body triangle very quickly. Sebastian looking to fight that off. Remember, Sebastian must find that escape here out of this position. Christian with a submission or with a ride out would win. We're rolling through, and Sebastian's able to fight through. Still maintaining the position, though. Sebastian very close here to escaping as we hit the 30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds remaining to work here. Christian still barely hanging on to the position. Looking to find that submission in the front, though. Looking for that choke in the front here. Engaging the position, steps over. And Sebastian's able to fight through and roll through and escape the position. And we will be heading to our second overtime, the ADCC overtime. Sebastian with the escape to extend this one to the next period. Remember, in our ADCC overtime, we're looking for a dominant position. First person to find a dominant position would win. Dominant positions are back, side, and mount. Sebastian engages right away, pulling guard. Christian looking to be picky about how he enters this guard. Sebastian going right to those butterflies again that he had success with in that opening period. Remember, submission would always win it, no matter what, no matter where we're at, as Sebastian hunts for that. Sebastian threatening. Tries to step over. Omoplata action. That'd be an HCS first. Great to see if he's able to hit it. He's threatening it. But Christian's able to avoid the position escape. Looking for that side position. He steps over and mount. 1, 2, 3. And Christian's able to escape the submission attempt right away into that dominant position in order to get that double overtime victory. Double overtime victory for Christian Bobe out of Webb MMA. Excitement there in that second overtime period. Sorry for the colorful language there, folks, but it's hard to control the passion of a victor and what they might be saying. Very exciting match there from both competitors, left it all out on the line. And we move on to our second Ironman matchup. This time we'll see JT Taylor returning to the circle, but this time up against Aldo Posas out of the Hive. We are underway here with our second Ironman matchup. And when we've seen JT Taylor out of the vault earlier today, up against Aldo Posas out of the Hive. And when we talk about last minute stepping in, we're not talking a week notice. We're not talking 2-day notice. We're not even talking a day notice. Aldo found out about this fight about 2 p.m. today. Drove straight here and is in the circle ready to compete. And that's what we love to see here at HCS. We have people stepping up. The Hive always ready to compete, although their next representative. JT looking to apply that pressure with the head movement, the head taps. Aldo Posas, otherwise known as Battletoad. That's right, folks. Aldo Battletoad Posas out of the Hive has some experience with finishers, grappling industries. This is actually a rematch here between JT and Aldo. Aldo, our winner from the finishers event just a couple weeks ago, but this is his super fight debut here for Aldo. JT was able to find that victory here in our first Ironman match with overtime victory with a clean foot sweep there out of JT. JT with the clean foot sweep to take that top position, looking to transition through here, looking for that bulldog position here. Aldo rolls through. Chris Noonan and Jeff Mitchell here coaching Aldo. Going to be coaching their Aldo's teammate Eric later on as well, as we're in the front head position here. Two minutes left here in the opening period. Remember, this halfway through, 4 minutes for these amateur bouts. JT able to talk to the audience mid-match. Cool, calm under pressure here. Fighting, trying to use that front head position to clear a position, and we're back to our feet. JT looking to engage right away, right in Aldo's face as he gets up. Aldo's ready for it though. Definitely a nice sprawl there from JT, but Aldo's ready to wrestle through the position. JT able to clear the takedown using that bulldog position again. You definitely see the intensity between these two with this being a rematch. JT looking to get to the back, but Aldo's able to roll through, engage. Minute left. JT's looking to pass and step over here into that full mount position. Under a minute left here. Aldo's able to keep his foot in position for now. And just like that, as I say, JT able to pass through to that full mount position. He has about 45 seconds to work here in the position, hunting for that early submission. Trying to get that Ironman trophy right away. Approaching the 30-second mark. 30 seconds to find that submission. $20 seconds left. And we have 5 seconds left here. Looks like we're going to be heading to another overtime. Another overtime for JT as we break away. Referee Ben with the coin flip. Red's choice. Aldo will have choice. Looking to his corner. Aldo choosing defense. See what his opponent is able to do in that first period. JT with the back position. Minute to work here. And we're underway here in the opening overtime period. Aldo was able to break the back position, but JT was right in on an arm triangle, so we're going to let them continue here. Aldo's going to need to break out of the submission in order for the referees to stop this one. And back to the back position, right into an armbar attempt. So we're going to keep letting him roll here as JT has these hunts for these submissions. And Aldo's able to step out and escape here in that overtime period. A lot of submission attempts there. Aldo able to fight through those and escape. Aldo gets the escape in the opening period. Aldo now on offense taking the back position as well. If he's able to find the submission, he will be the winner of the opening one here. JT needs an escape to extend. Aldo can just ride him out in order to win this one. And we're underway in the second overtime period. And very quickly, JT's looking to set his hips and escape here. And just like that, JT's able to escape right away in that second EBI overtime period. Both men escape, so we move on to our ADCC overtime period. Remember, ADCC overtime period. First man to find a dominant position will be our victor. 3 minutes to work here. And we are underway here in the second overtime period. JT looking for that clean foot sweep he hit in the opening round again. Although able to step through it this time, though. If any of you seen that Battletoad cartoon, that's where Aldo got that nickname. Coaches claim he looks like one of those Battletoads. I don't know if I agree with that, folks. Aldo's a handsome, handsome man. But the coaches seem to think that as much, and we're 30 seconds in here into the ADCC period. Aldo working that front head position, looking him snapping down, and we separate. Both men looking a little labored, but both men still engaging in the action. Been competing here for quite a few minutes now. JT continuing with those head taps. Just as much potentially trying to get in the head of your opponent as they are useful. As we hit the 2 minute mark, 2 minutes left here. JT looking with a lot of that forward movement, but hasn't gone into too many takedown attempts yet. Looking to throw that underhook, but Aldo's able to clear the position. Again, folks, we have to reiterate how impressive and thankful we are for Aldo taking this fight on extreme short notice. Definitely showing that he belongs here, though. Minute 30 left, halfway through the second overtime period. Both men looking to, grapple and engage on their feet here. Easiest way to one of those dominant positions is through a nice big takedown. Clearly both men recognizing that and looking for that opportunity. A lot of hand fighting going on. JT looking for that sweep again, but Aldo's ready for it as he shoots in on that double. Front head by JT as we go out of bounds there. Go out of bounds there. Both men grappling through the position. And we call a stall there on Aldo on that escape out of bounds, backing up. We always encourage that action here. So there is a stall on Aldo. Only one, though, so nothing happens yet. JT's been doing a lot of head taps this whole fight. Gets one head tap, looks at the ref right away. 30 seconds left here. Definitely things getting a little heated between these two competitors. Again, this is a rematch. Both men definitely want to come out the victor here. 20 seconds left in this second overtime period. Ten seconds left. Looks like we might be heading to our third overtime period. 5 seconds. And just like that, we head to our third overtime period. A little bit of an update to the overtime rules here. Third period. Now both men will have the opportunity in the offensive position as well as the defensive position. Fastest escape counts, fastest submission counts. We are timing them now. Back to the EBI. JT with the back position to start us off here. He has a minute to work, and timing matters this time. Unlike the first overtime period where it's just getting the match of escape or submission, this time timing will matter. We are underway. Aldo looking to escape the position. JT able to re-engage. Aldo looking to face. And Aldo is able to escape in 16 seconds. 16 seconds. JT needs to escape within 16 seconds. Aldo, if he's able to ride him out for that 16 seconds, will be our victor. JT has 16 seconds to get out. If he's able to get out in under 16 seconds, he will be the victor. Quick time here. JT looks ready. Aldo looks ready, as Aldo's going to take that back position again. 16 seconds to work here. JT must find the escape in 16 seconds. And we are underway. JT looking to roll right away. 10 seconds, 10 seconds. And just like that, JT only needed 9 seconds in order to get out of the position. 9 seconds, he gets out of the position. And just like that, JT is your victor over in our third and final overtime. JT, victor, third and final overtime. Also our Ironman tournament champion. Brought to you by Fridays. Thank God it's Fridays. Thank you for sponsoring this event here, giving out some swag to our competitors. Love to see that from Fridays. Also brought to you by Underground Nutrition, as well as Ground Standard, as we head into a short intermission here, folks. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. This is HCS 5.
What's up, everyone? Josh Baker here with HCS Grappling, and we're going to continue
And welcome back. Brief intermission, like we said. About to get underway here. 4 exciting matchups left. Getting to our main events, co-main events. Really exciting action. And those co-main and main will be competing for these Fridays gift card. Again, thank you, Fridays, TGI Fridays. Thank God it's Fridays. And we're going to be underway here as our moving forward with our matchups. We have Jonathan Stottylmyer versus Zach Shimos. John Stottylmyer versus Zach Shimos. This is a brown belt matchup at 155 pounds. Zach Shimos out of Hellfish MMA, HCS veteran, 1-0 here. He's 3-1 in his grappling super fights overall. Again, out of Hellfish MMA under head coach Tim Carpenter. Up against John Stottylmyer, Stotts, out of Inferno MMA, coached by Steve Barnett. Also an HCS vet, 1-0 with an overtime victory over Aiden Phillips last time out. John has a 6-2 super fight record himself. Zach looks to pull the guard position here. Zach, as I said, 3-1 of those super fight records. Also has a 2-2 MMA record. Actually has trained overseas before in Japan as well. He did his MMA fights there in Japan and earned his purple belt while he was there for about 4 years. And under there, he trained under Hiroki Abe. As we approach the minute mark here. Stotts, also the active competitor as he works from top. Pan Am champ himself. And John wanted to, maybe this was a bit of a brown-nosing opportunity for John. He wanted to give a shout-out to referee Ben. So referee Ben doing a great job out there today. John wants to show his appreciation to you. Maybe he's hoping that'll get him a call, but that would never happen here at HGS, as our refs are always active, as Zach's diving at those ankles, rolling around. John looking to engage from bottom now as we reverse positions. Zach pulls him towards center so he can keep working. We engage in that half guard position. Two minutes in here, 4 minutes remaining. Both men looking to engage from this half guard position. Zach seems to like these ankle positions. John looking to use that underhook to clear the position. Zach looking to stay on top. Going inverted, and we separate. But right back to it as we approach the halfway point here. 3 minutes in, 3 minutes remaining. Brief separation and some hand fighting from both the competitors. Calculated movement from both competitors here as we're working in this half guard position. John fighting the arms as Zach's looking to clear position. Pass out of the half guard. Under 2 minutes left. Under 2 minutes left here in the opening regulation period. just as Zach looks to go to that side position. John bumps right away into half guard, and we get some separation again. We're back on our feet. Minute 20 remaining here for both men, now back on our feet. This time Zach looking to choose play from underneath. John stepping in. Again, back to that half guard position. Both men seem comfortable here in this position from both areas. As we approach 1 minute remaining here in the opening period. 1 minute remaining. Bit of separation again. John steps through, looks to go to that side. Zach able to scramble and hang on to that ankle as we get a little bit of a scramble here. Both men engaging on the ankles now, and we separate again. Good little scramble there. "30 seconds remaining here. 30 seconds remaining in the opening period. "10 seconds remaining as it looks like we're approaching another overtime matchup here. Back to our feet. And both men concede. We're going to overtime. First overtime, EBI overtime period. Referee Ben with the flip. It will be Stott's choice for the first overtime period. He chooses offense. He chooses the back position. He's got a minute to work here to find that submission. Zach's got a minute to escape. Remember, in this first overtime period, timing is not important. Just getting that submission or just getting that escape. John looking to stay on top here, but Zach actively looking to bump him off. John falls right away into that submission, so even though he cleared the position, we're going to let him keep going here as he went right onto that submission, and Zach's able to clear it just like that, as Zach is able to escape in about 18 seconds there. As we go into the second half of the first overtime period, Zach chooses back right away as well. And we are underway here. Minute left. John's got a minute to escape. Zach has a minute to find that submission or ride him out. A ride out or submission gets him the victory. John must escape in this minute. And just like that, Zach is able to find that submission only 8 seconds into the overtime period via rear naked choke to win in our first opening overtime period. Zach Shimos out of Hellfish MMA. Little celebration there for Hellfish MMA in the winner's circle as we head into our third and final matchup. Third and final matchup of the Ironman tournament between Aldo Posas and Hodges Horton. While neither man can win the Ironman tournament, as JT is our winner of the Ironman tournament here. Both men, second place, not half bad. You definitely want to make your way out here and get a win for the day. So we see a matchup between Hodges, Horton, and Aldo Posas. Both went to overtime with JT, so both heavily competitive matches. So we're expecting another one of those here today. And we are underway here. Aldo Posas again out of the hive, coached by Chris Noonan and Jeff Mitchell. Aldo, the Battle Toad Posas, up against Hodges Horton out of McHugh Jiu-Jitsu under Coach Pete McHugh. Both looking for a bit of redemption after those early losses here to JT Taylor today. Both looking to go home with at least one victory. Hodges looking with that underhook, and he steps through right into a half guard position. Heavy pressure on top. Looking to go to work. as we are a minute in here in the opening period. Horton looking to apply that pressure from the top position. You might be able to tell on the stream we have winner JT Taylor looking on from the sidelines, watching his competitors go to work. Horton applying heavy pressure on top against Aldo. Bit of a shorter rest period here for Aldo, so maybe looking to take advantage of that shorter rest period, applying that pressure, make it harder to breathe as he's looking to clear out of this half guard position and slide out. Almost able to step through, Aldo still hanging onto that foot. The knee is through. As we approach our halfway point here, 2 minutes remaining. Horton looking to attack that wrist. A lot of time to work here, so no sense of no need for too much urgency, as he has a lot of time to work here and set up the position properly. And Aldo's able to fight and scramble out of position, but Hodges right away circles to the back. Hooks aren't in yet. He's able to circle to that back position. Hodges getting a little high here, a little high on Aldo. Hodges able to recover a bit here as we approach 1 minute remaining here. 1 minute remaining in the opening period between Aldo and Hodges. Body triangle in for Hodges. Aldo's got about 40 seconds here looking to survive. Horton looking to fight under the chin. Aldo doing a great job with the defensive work here as we approach 30 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Aldo's able to fight out of the back position, but right away into an arm triangle for Hodges. Right away. 10 seconds remaining. He's hunting for that submission. Aldo's got about 5 seconds to survive, able to roll out of the position, and Aldo's able to escape a scary, scary position. And just like that, we go to our overtime, first overtime here between Hodges and Aldo. Aldo able to survive that late submission attempt from Hodges. It's going to be Aldo's choice in the first period, first EBI overtime. Chooses defense. Hodges choosing the armbar start. Minute to work here for both men. And we are underway. Aldo looking to survive this armbar position. Hodges hunting for that submission. Aldo looking to stack him up here, using that knee to try to break the grip here of the armbar. 40 seconds remaining. Still threatening with that armbar position, looking to extend it out. 30 seconds in. Still has that arm, but Aldo's looking to break, and Aldo's able to break the position and escape. 26 seconds remaining. Aldo's able to find that first EBI escape. Now be up to Hodges to find that escape as well. Aldo chooses the back position. If Aldo's able to submit him or is able to ride him out for the period, he will. And we are underway here. Hodges again needs to find that escape. Aldo just needs to ride out the position or find that submission. .45 seconds remaining. Aldo doing a good job maintaining the position. switching to the armbar right away. So, and with that, just like that, the escape. Both men able to escape in the first period. So now we're going to the ADCC double overtime period. 3 minutes for both men to try to find a dominant position or a submission. As always, a submission will always win in HCS. We got 3 minutes to work here. And we are underway. Hodges was able to find a couple dominant positions in the opening period. He's going to be looking to recreate that magic here with that underhook. Aldo right in on a single leg. Right into a half guard, but he's looking to threaten to that side control. Great takedown by Aldo to open up the period. Using that half on the top, looking to push down on the leg. And Hodges able to find that mount position, rolls through the position from Aldo, and just like that, Hodges, Horton is your winner in double overtime. Hodges Horton out of McHugh Jiu-Jitsu, winner in double overtime. Again, Aldo with the impressive performance here. Shortest notice pickup I've ever seen. 1 hour notice. Steps in, wins, takes both men to overtime, takes both men to deep waters. Great performance out of him, but another congratulations to Hodges Horton here, securing that victory. Again, JT Taylor, your winner of the Ironman tournament here today. As we head into our 2 final matchups, our co-main and our main events up underway now here. Co-main event, we have Kathryn Egan versus Nicole Matthew. And we are underway here with our co-main event of the evening. Nicole Matthew versus Kate Egan. Kate, a HCS veteran, returning here 1-0 out of Gracie, Philadelphia, competing under Coach Brian Arago. Again, HCS returner, HCS winner. Was our women's main event winner last time out. She's up against Nicole Matthew out of Method Jiu-Jitsu under Coach Chris Might, making her HCS debut. As we're underway, Kate in the gray, Nicole in the black. And we're active right away. Nice little scramble to start us off. Kate goes inverted, hunting for those ankles. Kate, the ever-active competitor, 2-time Men of War Pro winner, 2-time Sub-Out Domestic Violence winner, Hudson Valley Invitation winner, finisher sub-only vet, Fury Pro Grappling veteran, always active, always ready to compete. Cole Matthew has only 1 loss on her record, actually. Very active competitor. And she doesn't like to just win and coast out the time. She loves a submission. 90% submission rate in her victories from 2022. She's a active competitor herself, Pan Am champ in both gi and no gi. Again, only that 1 loss at the West Coast ADCC trials. Two minutes in, 4 minutes left. Bit of a scramble here. Nicole looking to take the back of Kate. Only one hook is in. Kate looking to fight that position as we approach the halfway point here in the opening period. Nicole was able to find that second hook. So work from this back position, looking for that rear naked at the moment, looking to find her way under the chin. Kate doing a good job of fighting the grip. We're still in bounds here. Any body part in, we're still in. Nicole able to flatten her out a bit there, but Kate right away active. Still in bounds here. And just like that, we go out of bounds. We go out of bounds in a dominant position, though. So Nicole will have choice of position, and she's going top turtle. Top turtle here to start as we go from out of bounds. 2 minutes, 12 seconds remaining. Nicole, again, will be starting in top turtle. Quick shout out for Kate here through her company Alchemized Fightwear, a women's jiu-jitsu apparel brand. So definitely go ahead and check that out. Be on the lookout for some awesome gear here from Kate as we're underway here. 2 minutes left. Nicole doing a good job of maintaining that dominant position here. Both coaches looking to engage here. Nicole looking to hunt here. From dominant position, body triangle is in. Minute remaining here. Dominant position for a long time here for Nicole, but Kate's been doing a good job fighting off those attempts. .45 seconds left. Still able to maintain that body triangle a bit. We're able to readjust to get it in a bit tighter now. Kate looking to survive here in these last 30 seconds. Submission only. The dominance in this opening period is null and void if we hit that overtime period. So Nicole's definitely going to want to look to take advantage while she can. 25 seconds remaining. Kate still doing a great job defending the submissions in position, but unable to get out of the dominant position. It's definitely still a tiring task for Kate as we approach 10 seconds remaining here. And Nicole's able to put it to a full mount position with 5 seconds left. And like that, we're going to overtime. So Kate able to avoid a pretty dominant position there for a long time for Nicole, but Kate's able to avoid it and make it to this overtime period. It will be Nicole's choice here. Nicole chooses offense, is going to go to the armbar position here for the opening EBI overtime period. Armbar position, minute to work here for both ladies. And we are underway here in the first overtime period. Nicole looking to hunt that armbar. Kate looking to get that escape. Nicole almost has that grip, and she breaks the grip and gets the tap right away. 17 seconds in, Nicole is able to find that armbar submission. Now Kate's choice, and she also chooses the armbar position. Minute to work. Kate must find that armbar submission in order to extend this match. If Nicole is able to escape or survive the minute, she will be our victor here in the co-main event, and we are underway. .45 seconds here. Nicole looking to stack her up. Kate hanging on to that armbar submission. Looking to create that separation and break the grip. She able to break the grip, and Nicole's able to escape. And just like that, Nicole Matthew out of Method Jiu-Jitsu is your winner in our first overtime period. Nicole Matthew. Nicole Matthew with a great victory. Going to obtain the TGI Fridays gift card. That's right, our co-main event and main event will be receiving TGI Fridays. Thank God it's Fridays. Nicole, I hope you enjoy your trip. I recommend the spin dip. I truly do. And we are here for the main event of the evening, what you have all been waiting for. We have Super Dave Zennario versus Eric Naples. Hope you were able to catch this stream a bit early here as we had some interviews with both competitors. This isn't the first time they've seen each other, and maybe it won't be the last. This is a rematch. Eric, last time the victor. Eric was the victor by submission last time they competed. Dave wanted that rematch right after his win last time out. Dave immediately said with him and his coaches, we want Eric and we want him at HCS because they know there's no better place than the house party of grappling. And we are underway here in our main event of the evening. Eric Naples, you may have heard his name a couple times here on the stream, out of the Hive and Elite Jiu-Jitsu, coached by Chris Noonan and Jeff Mitchell. Up against Super Dave Zennario out of Bucktown MMA, coached by Vicente Jr. Dave looking to engage from the guard position. Butt-to-butt position now. Again, Eric was the victor last time these two competed. Part of that undefeated super fight record he has from 2022. 5-0. Eric, both men here have just extraordinary accomplishments. Eric, the number 2 brown belt rooster weight in the world currently. He's a 2-time Pan American champion in no-gi. He was an IBJJF world silver medalist. He's the finisher's sub-only 125-pound champion currently. Up against Super Dave Zennario, again making his return here to the HCS circle. Winner by straight ankle lock last time out against Vincenzo Falzerano. He is your current Men of War flyweight champion, so we have 2 promotion flyweight champions crossing over here at HCS because there's no better place to do that. He's a no-gi Pan Am bronze medalist, American Nationals bronze medalist, world silver medalist. So again, both men very, very accomplished here as we're underway, fighting those ankles. And that, just like that, Eric Naples drops the hammer, finds that ankle lock very quickly, able to find that ankle locking, winner by submission, able to maintain that undefeated victory against Dave. And just like that, we have our main event champion, Eric Naples out of the Hive, dropping the hammer here at HCS. And we want to take this opportunity to thank you all for coming out and watching the stream with us today. It's been a pleasure having you on. It's been a pleasure bringing these fights to you. HCS 5, what a house party it was. Can't wait to see you again in October. HCS 6 for the chicks. Ladies, we'll see you in October. I'm Zach Baker. This was HCS. Thank you for coming out.